Today on the show, we talk about Star Trek Discovery, Stranger Things, and all of the amazing disappointments of summer of 2016. This is Nerdy Pop.
We doing a show?
Yes. Hey everybody, welcome to Nerdy Pop. We are back. After a little time off there,
Vacation.
We did it big with vacation, but before that, we did it real big with Comic-Con.
Matt, how was it? You did your first Comic-Con, right?
It was crazy.
It is. I mean, afterwards you're just worn out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was more than you expected.
Yes.
And then you didn't do everything you wanted.
And I did not take you seriously when you said take the first half day and just take it in before you try and do anything. I was like, I'll be fine. Great. And we walked in and I was just like, oh crap! It was a little overwhelming. So.
Last night I was telling my wife, I go, still didn't do half the stuff I wanted to do at Comic-Con.
Oh,
Every year I go, I'm gonna do this, and then by the middle of the week you're like, I can barely get through this. my buddy Jimmy J, who we spoke to, the retailer, was talking to him, downloading with him, and he said, people don't understand how physical the show is.
Yes.
And you see the crowds.
Yeah.
It wears you down.
Yeah.
But so much great stuff, right?
So much great stuff. I got this little limited edition Voltron Funko Pop there, which I had to show off. You've got a few limited editions.
Yeah, I got some good stuff.
Good.
And that's what makes Comic-Con great. They come to play. All of the major companies bring their best stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of one-upping themselves. But again, then look what we saw. Warner Brothers.
Yep.
In the morning, they threw their stuff on the table, and then Marvel said, "Well, how's our stuff smell?" I mean, they really go at it.
It was
great. It's the battle of pop culture.
And you see that many people together, and maybe it's just me. I assume that people are going to be rude and mean. They were so nice and so welcoming, and it was just really fun. I had a really good time.
It's a great community. Matt, you did great. Everybody tells me they love watching you do Comic-Con.
It was really fun.
Literally, feedback has been great. We love watching you live and in person, and then seeing it taped was great. Because again, I mean that's that they've been in that center since 1991.
Yeah.
How many years that's been? But and it's grown. I mean, when it first opened, there was only 3 halls, so A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And then over time, we've gotten all the way to H, and I mean, they're wanting to expand it.
No.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worn out.
Crazy.
One day on my thing. I think I walked 27,000 feet. And I was insane. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's because they moved operations to the Marriott this year. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was like, you're kidding. But then you just have that realization, like, I can't do anything about this.
Yeah.
I now have to walk another mile.
This is my life.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah, you did a good job.
And I got, shockingly,
job.
We got an email of somebody saying, well, I want your autograph. So
there you go. Matt, come on. We got your pictures on the bulletin board at home.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
Matt, you'll no longer do San Diego for the first time. That was it.
And
now
I'll
you're a vet.
Never forget that. Never forget that. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into the nerdy news.
Nerdy news!
Oh man. Yesterday I was thinking, I don't know that we have that much, and then today I wake up and there's all this stuff. So this week we've actually got some good stuff going on. There's a new Star Trek show coming out, and at Comic-Con they announced that it's going to be called Star Trek Discovery.
Yes.
That it's a new ship. They didn't give a ton of details there. They showed some kind of rough things on what the ship might look like, but not finalized things. But then yesterday, apparently Brian Fuller gave a ton of details out.
It's Brian Fuller's show.
Yep, Brian Fuller's show coming out, and it's going to be on CBS All Access, which is their digital
It's launching
thing.
on the network, I think.
Yes.
One episode, and then goes to that.
Okay. Which they also announced yesterday that you have to pay for it, and you have to watch commercials.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Which I'm like, that's...
And we're going to. And
but
that's
we
the
will.
sad part.
We will.
We're going
we
to.
Totally will.
Swipe, put the number in, you got me.
So we got the name Star Trek Discovery, which they were quick to point out is not to be shortened to STD. Star Trek Discovery.
There you go.
They're saying it's
Don't
DSC.
Be doing that. Hey, so Matt, tell me some new facts about this show.
So okay, this week what we got was it's going to be a female lead.
Yeah,
She's
I think it's
not
great.
a captain.
Okay.
Whoa, we got a little reaction from the crowd there. Excited. Not a captain, so they're trying to get it from a different perspective because it's always been sort of from the captain's perspective.
Sure.
It's going to take place 10 years prior to
That's
the
right.
original series.
But yeah, 10 years before Kirk takes the Enterprise.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. More robots and aliens than we've ever seen before. Some incident or event in Star Trek history that's never been explored but has been mentioned.
I love it.
And then the
What
last.
could that be? Do you have ideas?
I don't know.
They said it's not a Romulan
he
thing.
listed a whole bunch of things that it's not that I
Yeah.
would have guessed that it was. So I'm sure I'm thinking it was something that in the original series was mentioned once or twice.
Yeah.
Kind of glazed over.
You know, my favorite thing about the prequels, like you just said, that more robots and more aliens.
Yeah.
I remember, I loved, when Star Wars first came out and rocked the world from 77 to 83, the whole thing was it looked different than any sci-fi. And the ships looked like they had blast marks on them.
Yeah,
The droids
exactly.
looked beat, everything looked worn. And then in the prequels,
Yeah.
everything was super shiny.
Yeah.
And there was better technology. And apparently the stormtroopers 20 years prior were way more sophisticated. And you kind of go, oh, why is the prequel
backwards.
more advanced
Yeah.
than the current? We don't. So it'll be curious, like they said, more robots and aliens than we've ever seen. Really? So what happened to the robots?
I don't know.
Why didn't Kirk have a robot?
Right.
Did they fry the system? Is it like Delta Airlines? a fire shut us down and killed all our flights?
That was bad.
Bad technology.
Yeah. And then the last thing they said, they really want to promote diversity. We're going to get our first gay Star Trek
Bring 'em
characters,
on.
which,
Come on.
aside from the Sulu reveal in Star
I thought
Trek
it was
Beyond.
Star Trek Rainbow, but it's just Star Trek Discovery. So come on.
So and we'll hit on that a little bit more next week. We're going to talk a little bit more about Star Trek next week, but I wanted to put that out there because it's
going to be
a lot of
great.
news. People are
Look,
getting excited about this.
I think Star Trek, when I think back and how many movies have there been, Matt? You know this.
Oh,
have there been
gosh,
15?
I think
Is
15.
It, okay.
14 or
I
15.
mean, I would say I like half the movies.
Yeah.
I probably love like 40 episodes
Yeah.
between the original series and Next Generation
Mm-hmm.
and, Voyager. I mean, maybe Star Trek is better suited for TV. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I think it got burned out on TV, and it's been a while. It's been over 10 years, so it's time. And to get somebody.
I've never seen the Scott Bakula series. Was
really
it any
Enterprise.
good?
The last 2 seasons I liked. The first
Okay.
2, but
Wait. I thought it went one season.
4.
You just, that's awesome.
I just blew your mind.
Okay, yeah, my Trek card will be handed in after the show. Never watched Enterprise. Thought it was a 1-season show.
No, it lasted 4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's Brian Fuller who actually wrote for Voyager and maybe a little for Deep Space Nine.
Watch Deep Space Nine. Watch Voyager.
Yeah.
Watched them all. But
And so to
got
get
off
his
with
sort
Enterprise.
of somebody who knows it but also has a different perspective on things.
Yeah.
I love the stuff he's done. Hannibal was great.
Oh no, he's
Pushing
fantastic.
Daisies was
Yeah,
such a great
that's where
show.
he did the single best episode of Heroes
yeah.
ever, which was about the one agent. It was like the penultimate episode of season 1, and trust me,
Yep,
everybody raved. He's
And
so
then it was
talented.
all downhill from there for Heroes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Not revisiting.
I know you wanted to talk about.
What did I want to talk about, Matt? Did I want to talk about something that might have been a Stranger Thing?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you. This is the summer or the year 2017. Oh, sorry. Wow, I'm off today. 2016. I told you. See, Comic-Con just wore me down. 2016 of the. So there was a movie called The Woods, and then they revealed that it's really Blair Witch.
Oh, right,
and then remember they jumped out with the trailer 5 weeks before 10 Cloverfield Lane was around.
Yes.
And Stranger Things came out of nowhere.
Out of
no one
nowhere.
knew about it.
Never heard of
There
it.
was one little trailer, Winona Ryder. Okay, you've got my attention. And then it uploaded the week before Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So we couldn't cover it. And boom. I mean, my whole family was like, is Dad going to get off the couch today? Leave me alone. I tried to pull my kids in. This is what life was like in the 80s. They're like, you can't do this to me, Dad. I'm not watching this with you. But I sucked my wife in, and she loved it because that's our generation. So I think Stranger Things is the Duffer Brothers pulled off, to me, the hit of the summer.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got monsters. It's got superpowers.
Yeah.
It's got dark things around scary corners.
Yeah.
I mean, so you started watching it.
I have. I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't know. The
great thing is
I
it's
love the vibe of it. Though.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
The soundtrack's great, the character's great, everything's recognizable but fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is the best of everything we grew up on in the 80s. And for me, like I was able to sit down and talk to my sons about John Carpenter and Stephen King, and they already know about Steven Spielberg. But and there's to me the best characters. Some of my favorite characters don't make it more than 2 episodes. That's how good the show is. You go, oh, that nice guy who helped that nice girl out. Oh, he's dead now. I didn't spoil that. You'll have to figure that out. But the sheriff is in everything. Okay. He has been in everything. Little side roles.
Yeah.
I think his name's David Harbour.
Okay.
And he is a great character actor. And he is the sheriff. Hopper on the show steals the whole, in my opinion, his arc is because you don't really like him at first.
Yeah.
And that's the best kind of character that you're transformed with him.
Yeah.
Matt, you're gonna love it. I mean, Stranger Things cannot get a better cannot get another one can't follow it up fast enough.
Yeah.
But if I was talking to the Duffer Brothers, I'd say 8 episodes. Just keep it 8 episodes. Don't go 10. Don't go 12. That was the brilliance.
Yeah.
Of it was just a page turner. It was like a best-selling, a summer novel.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't stop. But I mean, amazing. Netflix, Stranger Things, it's I think carried by word of mouth. I think it continues to be discovered every week. People go, okay, finally I'm going to give in and watch this. Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited. I'm excited to finish up. I'm tempted to even put a pause on Game of Thrones, which I'm on season 3.
Yeah.
Going well, and I'm enjoying it immensely.
You'll be done in 2 days. Matt, I'm really proud of you that you're watching Game of Thrones. I'm really proud of you. I mean,
and Stacey's watching Walking Dead. We're on season 3
and I'm really
too.
proud
So great.
of Stacey. I just pop culture is overwhelming us with its goodness.
Yes.
But Matt, Stranger Things and Winona Ryder. You know what? I cannot say she is fantastic. What a way to roar back into the consciousness. And I had a meeting right when I got back from vacation. I was up in Hollywood. I won't tell you, but these mega producers are like, oh yeah, no. The Duffer Brothers, they tried to tell everybody like, we're not taking meetings right now. And people were like, oh yes, you are. And they are the hottest ticket in town. Those guys, I mean, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've never heard of them before.
Never, I'm like, how are you, someone online was like, these guys are really gonna turn out to be like Steven Spielberg, like under a different name. I'm like, no, I've seen photos. There's 2 of them. They're brothers. But they're amazing. I mean, props where it's due. Great stuff. So
That's
I know
awesome.
We got to move on. So what else?
That's awesome. Last thing is that the Chronicles of Narnia are coming back. To
the roar of one. To the roar of one.
Some people are excited about this. The books I grew up reading and very excited about. And the first movie was such a huge thing with Disney taking it.
Yeah.
And then the second one didn't quite
was terrible
do as well.
Let's just call it terrible.
It did okay financially, but not great. They wanted it to be their Harry Potter, and it wasn't. So then they sold it off to
or the Lord of the Rings.
To Fox.
Yes.
Fox did another one, did about the same. So then they called quits. But now TriStar is picking it up and bringing it back with Prince Caspian.
No, it's the Silver Chair.
Oh, Silver Chair. That's right. Sorry, Prince Caspian's already been done. You're totally right.
And honestly, I think that's the saving grace.
Yes.
That is one of the best books.
Yes. Yeah.
And they kind of skirted around that one.
The Horse and His Boy.
And I think if they're going to reboot it, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
And give it. I mean, hopefully they can do Lions better than they did. I'm looking forward to an Aslan that doesn't look half rendered.
Right.
So come on now, give me a good Aslan.
And the last thing, this week there was a reunion of the cast of one of your favorite movies ever.
No, Matt. On Tinder, what do you do? If you don't want to look at it, what do you do? Because I saw that and I went, oh God. Oh, and it's the cast of Hook.
Yeah, the cast of Hook.
I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed for all of them. I was like, and you know who I love? I love Devin Faraci, who I love from Birth Movies, Death. Devin cracked me up. He said, why would these guys want to celebrate this embarrassment? And I'm like, that's where I'm standing. Don't celebrate this god-awful movie. Matt, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's such a bad stage play.
I've been so tempted to revisit it just
because
of that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Remember Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell, and then go, what? She's what? Don't revisit it. It's the opposite of Tinder. Don't swipe. What do you swipe?
Swipe left.
Swipe away.
Left is bad.
Just swipe away. Don't do
is...
that Hook reunion. Those kids are like, hey, remember us? We used to have jobs. I mean, that's bad.
I thought it was hilarious. The guy that was Rufio was dressed as with the hair and the whole deal. I'm like,
honestly, Matt, it was hard to watch. It was hard to look. I'm so glad you brought it up because it was. See, I don't know how you guys out there in the real world do it, but I'm normally legs up on the couch, head back, looking at my stuff, and I mean, this was me. Oh, what is that? Don't remind me of. Oh, they're all older and uglier, and you're horrible. There's a reason you never worked again. You know, that movie wasn't kind to anybody. And fans of Hook, you know where to find me. I appear in person all the time. So,
It's true.
you know, come after me like someone else isn't gonna, you know.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Matt. You had to go there. You pushed my button.
I had to.
You pushed my button.
So, I had to throw it in.
So bad.
So today we're going to be talking about
What are we talking about?
The disappointment of summer of 2016 in movies.
Yeah, I think Fat Bastard would say, it was crap! This summer was crap! It was crap!
I like the amount of Austin Powers references we're making on the show.
Come on, we love him.
It's been a rough summer, man.
It's crap. Honestly, Matt, I look forward to summer season.
Yes.
Like nobody.
Yes.
I'm ready. I got my money. I'm ready to go to the theater.
Yeah.
I'm pre-sold.
And we started off with Civil War, which was great.
And also so early. It was in the spring.
First week of May.
Yeah.
And then it just was downhill. So
it hasn't been good. What's your disappointments?
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad was huge disappointment. We could go on a lot
Independence
of areas
Day,
about that.
Worst movie of the summer. Look, Independence Day, could not have looked forward to it more because I love the first one.
Yep.
And then, you know what? I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, and they said it's the truth. You had no business making that without Will Smith.
No.
And Will made the right career decision, box office wise, getting into a ensemble comic book movie. But my thing with Suicide Squad is, you know, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I told the internet what I thought. Wow, what a weird movie.
It was, right? It just feels like it went into editing hell.
Well, whenever the Enchantress appears.
Oh, yeah, and she was awful.
And she's smoking, and she's like, and then she becomes, Enchantress with my voice. And you're like, what movie is this? Am I in a Wizard of Oz movie? And Matt, there was that last sequence, and everyone has noticed, you literally could have put the Ghostbusters on the steps with them and said, we got this! Don't cross streams! And
it would have made it better.
It would have been much better. Too bad Sony didn't.
It just, there were so many things. They put the Suicide Squad together for no particular reason in the beginning, and then they kind of create their own reason. It just, and the bad guys weren't really that bad, and the editing was all over the place.
You know the great thing about a movie like Suicide Squad, I'll be honest, when I was in 2 comic stores in the last 2 days. I always kind of do my rounds and go buy stuff and say hi to everybody, all the guys, because I think, again, Orange County has great comic stores.
Yeah.
Southern California has great comic stores. So I like to go see all the guys that own the stores and talk to them. And in both stores, everybody was talking about Suicide Squad, how to fix it, what was studio reshoots. These movies are communal experiences.
Yes.
People now want to see them in order to participate in the discussion.
Yeah.
And you really got that. I got that vibe being in these stores.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, this one guy, I don't know what was reshot.
Right.
This one guy was literally holding court in the store saying that the bar scene was completely reshot. That wasn't there. That was a bonding moment. And he defended that the reason he knows it was a reshoot is because Captain Boomerang gets up and leaves.
Yes.
But then the next scene, it's walking, because he does
He's
leave.
back.
He's like,
just kind of
I'm out of
walks
here.
back in.
And then they literally have their slow-mo walk. Boom. And he's walking with him, and you're like, wait, he left.
Yeah, exactly.
But, there were some good arguments. But I mean, I realized, like, there are people who see these movies and they see them early because they don't want to miss out on the debates.
Yes.
And I am of the opinion the negative reviews helped it.
Oh, I do too.
Helped drive business so early. I remember we saw it last Thursday night, the family, and I was like, these lines are longer than Batman, Superman. This theater is fuller.
Yep.
And then the next night, Joy and I went back to see an indie film, and there was sell out for every time until 10 o'clock. We were there at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh my gosh. And remember they were saying, it's going to make 150 million.
Yep.
It kept getting down. Okay, 140. Okay, 135. Oops, really? It only made 133, which is an enormous amount of money.
Yeah, right.
Enormous amount of money.
Right.
But it wasn't, imagine if we had enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we have a marketing problem because they're marketing this movie. I mean, it was the most well-marketed movie. They started back in December with these trailers that in themselves are entertaining to watch. You're like, these are awesome, and you watch them over and over again because they're so good. And then the movie they're marketing wasn't there. Like, that was not the movie you know what I mean?
Right.
And so you go in, and I think the biggest problem with it was, I mean, you can pull out all the things, but it was so frustrating. We walk out, my wife, who likes generally pretty much everything, and I look over at her, and she looks angry. And I've never seen that reaction. I go, what are you thinking? She goes, that was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. Because all the pieces are there for a great movie.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Except for the enchant.
Well, except for the enchant. Yeah.
Or when she's smoky with her. I'm waiting for the gift because she's dancing in front of the.
Yes.
She's like doing some dance in front of the pillar of light, and you're like, I need a gif of that now. And people are like online going, when is the gift dropping? I guess no one's snuck in there. This weekend there'll be room for people to.
Oh, I'm sure.
To do illegal things.
I think that it's going to plummet this weekend.
And on the plus side, Margot Robbie is phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She's honestly, I would go, I hate this movie, and then Margot would appear and I'd be like, you're awesome. She gave, she's not just gorgeous, she gave energy to the movie.
She was Harley Quinn.
She was fantastic. She projected, and I know my daughter, 12 years old, was totally digging it, and I think I sour graped her, but I apologized about it later, because I was like, Joy and I were talking, and I think Olivia was like, would you shut up and let me enjoy this movie? I really like it. I'm 12. And I remember, I had to go, I got to remember what a 12-year-old's like. And then somebody even pointed out all the most positive scores for something like Suicide Squad are the young people.
Yes.
So dumb kids are driving the box office.
Well, and it sort of had a video game feel to it.
That too.
You actually had the person on the walkie-talkie the whole time giving you the and there are people coming in here, and you're surrounded here,
right.
and I'm like, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty or something, you know?
My son said, where'd they come up with these mindless drones that they kept killing? I go, they had no faces. That in Hollywood, that means slice their faces off, cut them, kill them, and you can get away with it.
Yeah.
As long as there's no blood splatter,
Yeah.
and they didn't look human, you know. So Independence Day, terrible.
Yes.
We're not even talking about Suicide Squad. We both agree could have been so much better, which is why that's the whole thing. People are like, oh, they come to hate these movies. Let me be perfectly clear. I have to spend $65 to get my family to see the movies.
Exactly.
I then have to go spend $65 to feed them. These are expensive endeavors. We're trying to have a good time.
Exactly.
We're not going to see a bad movie. This idea that our minds are made up. No, I was like, these reviews, they're off, they're missing something, and then you go, they got it right. I need to trust these guys more often. But I'm spending a lot of money. I want a good movie.
But that's the thing. People went because the marketing was so good. We wanted, just like Batman versus Superman, we wanted it to be good because it was, and it was like, what the reviews don't match up with what I'm expecting, so I got to go find this out for myself.
That's it.
And then you go and you find out. I should listen to those people.
And Matt, what do you think happened to Ghostbusters? What do you think?
I don't know. I think there's probably a number of things with Ghostbusters. Here's my, from a marketing standpoint, my problem was we want to be new. We want to be our own thing. We want to tell an origin story, but we're going to borrow that logo. We're going to borrow the car. We're going to borrow the song. And so it was like, is it new? Is it not? That, honestly, the girls thing, I thought they crushed it. They were awesome.
I thought great performances.
They were so good.
They all, like Margot Robbie, they showed up.
Yes.
They put everything into it.
But I just think I felt like it was like, and even that first trailer that came out that said 30 years ago they saved New York City, and you're like, well, so wait, are we acknowledging that or are we not? You know, and it's like either stand on your own or don't. And the cameos in there felt forced a little bit with trying to get all the originals in there.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
It was fun, but it wasn't. I don't know.
On the flip side, it meant nothing to the younger kids. They don't know who those people are.
That's true. That's true. But I don't know. And then for me, the last third of the movie went off the rails. I just thought it got silly with Slimer and his girlfriend driving the car, and it felt pretty grounded. The first, the original Ghostbusters was a comedy, but it was grounded in a reality that was created there. And these were funny guys making a movie. And they were funny because of who they were, which these girls were for the first 2/3. Sure. And then it was like, it felt like it was trying to be funny at the end or something. I don't know what it was. It just, it lost me. I think
for me, I wanted to like it so much that it kind of tainted I'm not sure I can be, that's why I asked you, be objective. I just wanted it to work. I wanted to get more.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters and I think Suicide Squad, I'm like, I didn't see $180 million on the screen, so I don't know where that got spent.
Well, and there's something to be said for using the most of what you had. Like Deadpool, I think was awesome because they had relatively a shoestring budget to.
That's the movie that has.
And they had to get creative with
the smallest budget of the year.
Right.
And Tim Miller and his team, they're wizards. And then you know what? Like Alice in Wonderland is like a $500 million bomb. Right. But none of us wanted to see it, so we don't care.
Right.
And Disney is like, we have 10 other hits. We don't care either. I mean, they are having a year. Jungle Book, $1 gazillion. Civil War, $1 gazillion. The Pixar film, Dory, right?
Oh, yeah.
A gazillion dollars. I think Pete's Dragon's going to do very well.
Yeah.
And then Rogue One. You know what, Matt? You know what? Honestly, we can segue out of this by saying, can it just be December? Can I just watch Rogue One?
Right.
Can I watch Rogue One now? Can I see more Star Wars? Because that's honestly, I'm like, summer was disappointing. I know that there's stuff in the fall like the Beasts, what's it called? The Harry Potter.
Oh, the Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts and Doctor Strange. A lot of magic.
Doctor Strange.
And some cool movies coming.
Yeah.
But let's get. I mean, honestly, summer.
We need to
Bon
move on.
Voyage 2016, you blew, and we're moving on.
But if you, our viewers, have thoughts or comments on that we didn't get to cover, please leave them in the comments below.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear them. We love
For
to hear
sure.
what you guys think about the movies and what
Sad.
works and what doesn't work. And
Sad
why
face for Ghostbusters. Sad face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I really wanted it to be good too.
I want to hug Melissa McCarthy. I want to hug her.
Oh yeah. And
Tell her-
Leslie Jones.
Yes, you did a great job. Leslie Jones is covering the Olympics now. She's put it in the rearview mirror.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm funny anywhere. I'm moving on. So,
All right. How about Uncle Rob's Comic Corner today?
Uncle Rob went and got some comics.
Let's see what you got.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the deal. We have, look, quietly teaming Spider-Man and Deadpool has been a giant success.
Really?
For Marvel. This is their top-selling Spider-Man book, top-selling Deadpool book. Who knew? Who knew?
Bring 'em together.
And this new issue is fantastic. Ed McGuinness is great. There's a new Spider-Man costume in here. Some great monsters. It is. I read this. This is a blast, as every issue's been. But the big one of the week, since we're pressed, is Scott Snyder returns to Batman with All-Star Batman, and he brings with him John Romita Jr., who is comic book royalty.
Okay.
And he's been at DC for about 2.5, 3 years, and he should have always been drawing Batman.
Okay.
He is a street-level guy. John Romita Jr., the stuff that people assign to him, like his great resume is Daredevil. He did that with Frank Miller in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
He did The Punisher, did a great run on The Punisher, and he did Kick-Ass. He created Kick-Ass with Mark
nice.
Miller and did those movies, Hit Girl. This is an outstanding Batman. I'll tell you, the Rebirth Batman has come out on top with Tom King.
Yeah.
Now, I got to see Tom King
You did.
on the streets.
That's right.
In
At
San
Comic-Con.
Diego,
Yeah.
on the mean streets of San Diego. I stopped. There's Scott Snyder. There's Tom King. I slobbered on both of them. And I said, Tom, I was serious. I love that book. And he totally took me as sincere,
Yeah.
which I was. But that's
Had
the
he
great
seen?
thing. Yes.
Nice.
And that's when I was like, I did that? I really did that? Sometimes the Frappuccino is too much to overcome. But the thing is that Batman is doing great, and by extension, the Batman family. Suicide Squad has Batman's DNA all
Sure.
over it. Harley Quinn, Joker, Deadshot, Killer Croc,
Yep.
all Batman
Yep.
DNA. The Batman DNA at DC is really driving Rebirth. This Snyder and Romita Jr. and Dean White on the colors. I mean, this is a beautiful comic. So another great Batman.
I will check that
so
out.
the Batman books are doing great. That's the standout of the Comics Corner.
Nice. Excellent. And so then it's time for one I've been looking forward to. Toy of the Week.
Toys of the Week.
We got toys
Toys of
this
the
week.
week.
Toys of the week.
But while I wait for the Toys of the Week to be handed to me, this is
'em on in, buddy.
these aren't Toys of the Week, but this is Comic-Con swag. You know you want that. You can't have that. Thank you for my toys. Thank you. I'm gonna buckle down and show you all the cool Comic-Con swag.
Can I show this?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is so
Now, don't
cool.
damage that. Ryan
I'm not
signed
going
that,
to. Very-
and Tim signed that, and Stan Lee signed that.
But you get the.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah.
This, I mean, here's the thing. Fox continues to just show that every move they make
Yep.
with the marketing of Deadpool is fantastic. This was the hottest item at Comic-Con. People slept overnight. I was like, for Hall H? They're like, no, for the Blu-ray, for the Deadpool. Ryan is so awesome. He signed over 1,000 of these, so that was why it was such a something that people clamored for. And then they dropped this VHS, especially in the summer of Stranger Things, and people are like, "Is that really a VHS in there?" And like, yes, it is. I have to get my VCR out to watch it, but, and see if it works. But I mean, Fox just brought the business to Comic-Con with these specialty items. Now, Hasbro had 2 Marvel tie-in toys. Now, remember in Guardians of the Galaxy when
Yes.
the Collector,
Yeah.
who is played by
Benicio
Benicio
del Toro.
del Toro. Matt, you're so good. Thanks for having me on. So in the movie, So, remember the dog with the cone?
Yes.
Okay, and then Howard the Duck is right down here.
Perfect.
The exact capsule. You got Lockjaw from the Inhumans. You've got these Infinity Gauntlet items, and you've got Moon Boy, who's an old Jack Kirby. He has a dinosaur called Devil Dinosaur from the prehistoric age that he rides. So here's the collector, and here are his collectible things. Now, you're not going to find this in Toys R Us. You're not going to find this in Target, Walmart. It is a Comic-Con exclusive. Ooh, okay? And you have to murder and kill people to get these. And I hired people to do that for me. And this, now, in Civil War, tie-in with Civil War. During the movie, the Avengers were put in, what's this place called? The...
that prison.
In the vault.
Yeah.
Or what's this called? Help me out, brother. Okay, we're just going to call it the vault.
Sure.
But, so this is, again, it's the way they tie their toys in, and they make them, here, we'll share this.
Okay.
So, in this, you've got the Purple Man, who is on Jessica Jones. You've got Sandman, who you've seen in Spider-Man. You've got the Dread Knight, who we haven't seen yet. You've got, I believe, Enchantress and Abomination. So,
nice.
I mean, but again,
it's called the Raft.
That's it. They're in the raft.
Yes.
And I forgot. Spider-Man's in here.
Is that there?
But here's the great thing. I'll never open this. I'll just look at it. They make such great collectibles.
Yes.
I'm not playing with this, and don't judge me. Don't judge me, collectors. I love having it. I don't want to mess it up. And I'm not selling it. Believe me, my wife can tell you, because she wants me to sell it all. I'm not selling it. I'm putting kids out of their rooms with this stuff. Like, Luke, you're moving back in with your brother. Why? Because I got toys. Come on. Toys of the week are important. You got a bat that you showed off last time, right?
Yes.
Have you hurt people with that?
I'm actually keeping this here.
Oh, snap!
Just so I can keep you in line, buddy.
I guess I need it. Oh, Negan. That's
I thought,
awesome.
you want to keep this nearby.
Matt, that's great.
Just in case.
See, we have got the swag. We did Comic-Con.
Pretty sweet.
We did Comic-Con.
We really
Were you
did.
a little sad when you were driving home from Comic-Con? Were you a little sad?
I was. I was a lot exhausted, but I was a little sad.
But like the music plays in your, at least in my head, sad song plays as I see it in my review. Bye 2016. See you next year. All my fabulous memories go by. Matt, doing up Comic-Con. So summer sucked.
Summer sucked.
Discovery's good.
Yes.
Stranger Things is better.
Yes. We're excited.
Toys are cool. Your bat is here.
Yeah. And starting today, we have a brand new store. We've had a lot of requests for those T-shirts that we were wearing at Comic-Con.
They're awesome.
And we've got stickers and we've got buttons, and we want to show those off. We want to make them available to you. So the T-shirts that we're not wearing those right now.
Well, we got to get them on. We got to get them.
How about this? There you go.
Whoa!
That's good. Hey, we do magic on this
Matt,
show.
I'm going to tell you because things are happening so fast. Now, you put a gun to my head and you said, Rob, if you don't wear this at your signing with Tim Miller and Stan Lee, you're fired.
It's true.
Well, I need the job. So I put the shirt on. And while I was signing, Stan Lee said, "What's that? What's Nutty Pop?" I said, "It's a show you should be on, Stan." He said, "No way." And he meant it. So anyway.
So we're not doing Stanley?
Yeah, no, I'm here to report that that's not happening. But he liked the shirt.
That's good. I'm glad.
What's that?
Well, you can get one of these shirts online. Also, we got a bundle with
they're great
buttons
shirts
and stickers, and they're really comfortable and really great. And we have limited quantities, so go on and get them right now. And that's about it for us. You can follow us on social media at Nerdy Pop Show. Visit us online, www.nerdypopshow.com. And our individual social medias are there.
And over here on these
somewhere.
toys.
And
thanks for coming back to us, America.
Yes, we'll be back next week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Woo!